Welcome to another property vlogs tour. Today I'm going to show you this beautiful 3-bedroom house type called Letchworth. All the details are in the description, so if you're curious about anything, just scroll down and read a little bit more. But stay tuned and watch the rest of the tour and we'll tour the whole thing together. Welcome. Come inside. Welcome home, as I say. So first things first, a taller than standard front door, very grand, with a light in the door, a frosted one for privacy, a little viewfinder, keyhole in there, a little security system, and my favorite, the choir matting that stops the main flooring getting dirty when you walk in. So first things first, standard floor ceiling heights? Nope, we've actually got taller than standard doors and floor to ceiling heights. Looking at the details throughout the home, you're going to notice the doors have these chrome handles and these two panels, satin finish, white painted doors with these traditional architraves and traditional skirting boards. So that's going to be a feature throughout the whole home. Right, let's check what's in here. It is your downstairs toilet. So in this toilet, you've got your toilet and then a corner sink fixture this time. It's nicely sized. There's a little windows just snuck up there, letting in lots of natural light, a little radiator, fantastic. Coming back out into this space, let's go into this room. So this room is your formal lounge. If you prefer, it can be your formal dining area. But again, taller than standard floor to ceiling heights. And then also all the rooms here have central heating. So you've got a large panel radiator underneath the window. The window faces the front of the property and floods this space with lots of light. I love the way they've spaced this because you've got a double-seater there, which could be a 3-seater because it's quite wide, another 3-seater there, and then a focal point is on this wall. If you wanted, you could flip it around, play around with the space however you like. But essentially, that's your formal lounge. Coming back into this corridor, I spy a understair cupboard. Yep, an understair cupboard, as you can see there, with your security system. Lovely. And then let's go into the rest of the house. So going into this space, right, so we've got a U-shaped kitchen and then a dining area. So it's an open plan dining kitchen area. I love it. So in terms of proportions, I think it's pretty sizable. The kitchen itself is very nicely kitted out. And then the dining area here at the moment is staged as a 4-seater, but pop a couple of chairs at the end and it becomes a 6-seater. There's a little console at the end and you benefit from having that connection with the rear garden. We've got double doors opening out, and then either side of the double doors, we've got 2 floor to ceiling glazing panels as well. Your garden's sizable. It looks like it's approximately 10 or so meters to the end of it over there. And obviously with this being a show home, there's no fence dividing the two properties, but you'd probably have a narrower garden. So bear that in mind. So before we leave this space, I just want to go into the kitchen to point out the usual details. I'm going to start from the left and work my way to the right. So I think this is going to be, oh, yes, it's a very clever space-saving system. Spices and herbs can go in there. This is going to be your fridge freezer. Yep, and it is in I'm going to hazard a guess and say 60-40. But if I'm wrong, guys, about anything, leave it in the comments below. I want to read up on this. And so in the next video, I can obviously say it right. But it's approximately 70-30, maybe 60-40 ratio. And that's fantastic. We've got integrated appliances and a stainless steel. We've got storage, just ample storage as well. It doesn't sound as though soft closers are standard, so just bear that in mind. Just storage there. We've got your socket bank there in a white, just classical white as well. Cupboards, and I love the fact that they've used the space directly underneath the hob where you would traditionally have your oven. That is now being positioned on the wall, and instead we have a cutlery drawer, and look how beautiful that is. That's fantastic. You know, I have a lot of cutlery. Don't know about you. You can have this for your pots and pans. And then you've got your 4 gas hob as well. I love the fact that it's gas as well. So, and there's a large one here for woks and frying pans. It's by AEG. And then you've got an extract fan above with a little light that doesn't come on, but That's because there's probably no bulb in there. There's storage here, storage there, storage everywhere, and dishwasher, right? Yep, dishwasher and storage, just more storage. Okay, so this is a stainless steel sink as well in 1.5 by Leisure. And then you've got this laminate worktop, which I should have mentioned right from the beginning. Laminate worktop in a very, it's a stone kind of print. It's done to look like crushed stone. Very durable, but obviously it's not the same as having an actual stone or solid surface. But it's still very contemporary because it's done with a square edging profile. You've got a window right in front of your sink, so washing up is going to be fantastic and fun, and just lots of storage. I love the fact that these are kind of cream colored and they're very simple. Classic kind of flat finish as well. It's also a satin color, so it's not too shiny. And then essentially that's your kitchen area over there, your dining area over here. You've got this really cool, unique vertical radiator as well, central heating, and it's quite large, so I think it'll definitely heat up the whole space. And I think that pretty much is this open plan space. Now, oh, actually, oh wait guys, there is a mystery door. And oh, wow, okay, I like this. I don't know about you. Do you like this? Comment in below. I want to read if people actually really like this, so we can start designing it into the houses that Brian and myself actually design. So essentially, this is a Zanussi washer dryer combo, and it's pretty, you know what, I love it. I'm just going to put it out there. I love that. It's under the stairs, it's tucked away, and it does the job. And you can close the door if it gets really noisy, which they always do. So coming back into this space, we're now back in our corridor. Now let's go upstairs. So it is a kite winder stair, U-shaped. So there's a winder here and another winder at the top. We just passed by a window on the staircase, on the stairwell, and now we are in the landing area. So right, first things first, let me check what's in this mystery door, which sounds like there's a very strange noise coming from it. Not sure if the microphone's going to pick it up, but bear with us guys, we have to work with the houses with the way they are. So here is an above staircase door with a weird ticking noise happening. That's something part of the house, and then that's where they've housed the boiler in this situation. So that's the store cupboard, that's great. And then coming here, this is a family bath. You can see they've got the Antico or at least luxury vinyl tiling flooring. You've got your bathtub by Ideal Standard with a shower over bath, full height tiling, this beautiful grey stone effect tiling. They've got edging strips to the corners, but they've actually left the wooden sills here, which isn't ideal. It would, you know, maybe speak to the developer and ask them if they continue the tiling into there. But regardless, the edging strip, everything's lovely. You've got the window facing the front and it's frosted for privacy. You've got your Ideal Standard sink. They've put the tiling there, great for splashes. And then you've got Ideal Standard taps. And then you've got your toilet, shaver socket to the main family bathroom, and then you've got your towel rail behind the door. So opposite that room, well, adjacent to that room is this room. Love it. I love it because it looks like that's a king size bed. I love to see a double bedroom being upgraded to a king size bedroom. So we've got a king size, 2 bedside tables, enough space around to move. They've got central heating radiator, front facing window with your trickle vents, and then we've got a well, there's a little nook behind the camera right now, which you probably can't see. They've got a mirror in there, and then they've got this whole bank of wardrobes here, which has been built kind of, I don't know if it's in where, I'm not sure if it's level with the wall, but essentially this is where they've considered you're going to put your wardrobes, which is a little bit of a shame because sometimes you do want to put a TV on that wall. You can't do that with this option, except you forego the wardrobes. And if you forego the wardrobes, maybe you can put them here. That's quite a good idea. Put the wardrobes here and then have your TV opposite, or keep the wardrobes there and have a little mini kind of dressing area that you can only use obviously when the door is fully closed. So I see a thermostat here, so maybe this room has its own independently controlled heating. We'll you know, that's something to be confirmed with the developer. So coming into here, I knew this was going to be an ensuite, guys. You've got your vinyl flooring there, luxury vinyl tile in this really beautiful, very light colored wood grain effect, a towel rail there, a toilet, a sink, shaver socket, and a fully tiled floor to ceiling tiled shower enclosure there with your handheld shower there. Lovely, I love it. So, you know, obviously things like full tiling or upgrades, so you'd have to discuss with the developer should you wish to continue that tiling everywhere else in the bathroom. But that's it, that's the ensuite. So let's come back into the corridor. So coming back into the corridor, oops. So we're now back on the landing. We've got 2 more rooms on this floor. Let's look at this room. So this room faces the back of the property, and oh, the interior design is just so peaceful and calming. I love the staging. We've got a double window facing the rear garden, a double bed, potentially king size bed, 2 bed sides either side. Maybe you opt to remove that and put a wardrobe there, or a dresser, or keep it there and do it exactly as they've done. A dresser there, and your wardrobe is here. So you've got a double wardrobe built cleverly behind the door. But obviously, kind of how I'm pushing the door there, you'd have to have your door fully closed before you can open the wardrobe doors. So also consider kind of usability and the zones around furniture for you to operate. So as I said, you can't open the wardrobe except the doors are fully closed. So coming back into the landing area, we've got the final room here, which is a single room. It's pretty nice for a single room, if I have to say, because there's a full consideration to the wardrobe space there. And should you want to, you probably increase the size of the bed to a twin size or a long single bed. If you wanted to completely remove the single, make this like a games room, a very tiny, not tiny, that is the wrong word, a very snug, snug cinema room, and a nice little playroom or work from home office. I love the fact that it benefits from a double window looking over the back garden. You get to see the size of your garden, which is very nice. And essentially that is it, guys. That concludes the tour. If you liked what you saw, give this video a like. Leave us a comment about what you like the most about this property, and most of all, subscribe so we see you next week in our next video. Bye. Welcome to another property vlogs tour. Today I'm going to show you this gorgeous 4-bedroom new build house called the Stratford house type. So right, all the details about this property are going to be in the description, so just scroll after watching below and you'll get to find out all the details. But in the meantime, stay where you are because we're gonna go inside and show you everything in the property right now. So let's go. Welcome home, come in. Hi guys. Okay, so I love it. So we've got the choir matting, tick, and then we've got the door. The front door is actually oversized as well, very, very tall. So it makes a grand entrance into the space. It's got a piece of glass in it, letting lots of light in. We've got central heating, I can already see because we've got a radiator, and the ceiling height in this space is taller than your average ceiling height. I feel so small in here, but I like it because it makes me feel as though, you know, I'm getting more value. So essentially, before we go in that room, let's check the details. I like to check the hardware, the architraves and skirting. We've got our standard traditional profiles to the architraves and the skirting, and it looks as though we've got Schneider electric brushed metal light switches. Lovely, and chrome handles. So coming into this place, I love this slimline profile they've done because a lot of house builders, they tend to use the thick profiles. I love the transition strip. It's very, very modern. So coming into this space, I'm really digging the fact that we've got a toilet, a radiator and a floating vanity with an ideal standard sink and an opportunity for a little mirror above. We've got our consumer unit here, which is very convenient by the front door in case anyone needs to service anything. And then we've got a window frosted for privacy, bringing in lots of natural light. So, right, let's go back into the hallway. Hallway is a nice width. It's not too narrow. And then we've got a stair leading upstairs. But the first room we're going to go into is this one here. So this is what appears to me to be a formal lounge. I love the fact that they've carried on the tall ceiling heights. I love the window at the front of the property overlooking the front garden. It floods this space with so much natural light. Nothing beats natural light. If you can get large windows, if your whole house can be just a window, I'm exaggerating, but essentially what I'm saying is the more windows, the more natural light, the better. So we've got our focal point here. We've got our two-piece sofas either side, and then we've got a sofa there. You can do L shape. This could be your cinema room. This could be your dining room. The possibilities are endless. But essentially, let's come back into this space, and I see a very scaled down, simple mystery door. So it's a cupboard door. But what's in here? Ah, this is the space under the stair, but it's being used as ample storage. Cool, cool. We've got our thermostat on the door. I'm familiar with these kind of traditional thermostats. And then right in front of me is this open plan space. Now, guys, before we go in there, tell me that it wouldn't have been amazing if this was a glass door. Tell me, leave it in the comments if you disagree. I'd like to hear it. So coming into this space, we've got this great open plan. Wow, this is really big. It's actually really big. Like, it's very, very spacious. Wow, guys. This is your, I'm probably shouting now because I feel like the camera's all the way over there. This is your open plan dining kitchen space. And I'm a cheeky person. I would put a sofa in here, like a little sofa, and I would make this like a snug room, a dining and a kitchen, because there's enough space to do that. Right now, they've got a 6-seater, well, 6 chairs, missing 2 end chairs. That would have been an 8-seater. But if they rotate it, move it, it could be over there. Maybe there could be a little breakfast bar here, or you could upsize the table and go for an 8-seater if you're feeling cheeky. So the kitchen itself, as you can see, is very, very extensive. It's quite a lot of space, really. So we're gonna have to move through this quite quickly because there's just too much to show you, obviously. There's a fridge on the top, and it's by, before I forget, Zanussi. So that's great. So that's a fridge freeze. And did I see that right? Oh, okay, it's an A+ class fridge, which is fantastic seeing that go in Newbuilds. Another thing is that these shaker style cabinets are kind of like a grayish warm color. And then inside we've got this wood veneer effect. That wood veneer effect, because they've done that in the carcass of the cupboard, means that they've upgraded the spec of this kitchen, so it's a higher quality kitchen. We've got integrated AEG appliances as well. This looks like it could be a microwave oven. I love it. And then instead of having the oven underneath, low down, somewhere where you have to bend down to pick the turkey and drag it up, we instead have them built into the walls, which is a lot more convenient to work with. Got storage, wall-mounted storage as well, with that beautiful wood grain veneer on the inside. You've got a gas hob as well by AEG and an extract fan. You've got a black back painted splashback. I love to see that's different. And then what this looks like, it could be natural stone. It does look like natural stone worktop. I love it, and I love the way it feels. It's very thick as well, which means it costs more. And then it's got a little bit of a chamfered edge to it. So underneath our hob, we've got our cutlery drawer. It looks like everything is on soft closers, tick. And then we've got these lighting, down lights underneath all the units. I'm really feeling what I'm seeing. You've got all this worktop space here, and all the worktop has this upstand as well, made in the same material. You've got a 1.5 sink, 1.5 bowl sink by Rangemaster, and then you've got an easy fit tap as well. The worktop has had these grooves kind of cut into it, so essentially it's reduced the amount of stainless steel by making the worktop part of the sink, which on the eye is easier and it's more aesthetically pleasing. We've got a dishwasher. I just knew the dishwasher was going to be there. It's always there, and it's always got a handle at the top. And then we've just got storage everywhere. And then I love this. I love these handles as well. They're like in a kind of a grayish color and a very dark kind of cast iron effect. And then we've got the doors leading to more storage. If you wanted your cutlery door miles away from your cooking station, or you've got loads of cutlery, you can put them there. That's great. And all the tones work with each other perfectly. You've got this flooring, which looks like it's actually tiled. Most likely that would be an upgrade. That is not standard specification, but I love it. It's very durable and easy to clean and maintain. And then this, guys, this is your rear garden, accessed by these double doors. These double UPVC doors open outwards, and then either side you've got these large, almost door-sized pieces of glazing, which again flood this whole space with light and make it feel bigger. Before we leave this room, wanted to point out the radiator is a vertical one. That's a contemporary detail right there. And then inside this door, I just realized I haven't checked what's in here. Oh, it's like a additional, well, it says laundry utility room. So it's not integrated, but you'd have an appliance there. That's fantastic. And does it have its own light? Probably, but there's probably no light bulb. Anyway, guys, so that's additional utility space. It's like a mini utility. It's very practical, and it means that if you were to put a washer dryer, you could lock it away in there and it wouldn't make lots of noise in this space. I love that. So coming back into the hallway, we're gonna now go upstairs because I think we've covered all of the downstairs. So going upstairs, spotted a window looking at the side. I love that view. And then the stair winds again. So it's almost like a U-shaped stair and creates a very, ooh, the landing's quite long. And spacious. I love it. So first room that I'm going to touch on is the one right in front of me. It is this single bedroom. So this single bedroom has a double window facing the front of the property. It's very quiet in here, and usually that's because of the trickle vents or the specification of the windows and the glazing. The spec of the windows means that it cancels out a lot of the road noise, which is lovely. So this bedroom is a single. You'd have a single there. Most likely you'd have your wardrobe there, double wardrobe there, or a dresser like they've done. And that's lovely. So the next room here, I wonder, this may be the primary bedroom because I spot an ensuite. But yes, so right now it's got a king size bed in it. I probably wouldn't go any further because if we were to go for a super king, it'd make the bed slightly longer, which we wouldn't want because of that space. We've got a king size bed there, 2 bedside tables, a large triple pane. Well, it's not triple pane. It's 3 segments to this window configuration looking at the front of the house. You've got your radiator there. You've got a space there for a dressing area. You could put a table, a chair. It could be your makeup or YouTube zone. And then you've got wardrobes here. And some people are a bit spooked out by having mirrors opposite them when they sleep. So maybe that's why they've gone for solid panels. But usually go for mirrors to make the space feel twice as big. So you've got sliding wardrobes that have ample storage space behind, which is lovely. And then we've got the ensuite over here, fully tiled, completely tiled, like every inch of it is tiled. Got an extract fan, shaver socket, sink with floating vanity. The sink is by ideal standard, and so is the tap. And then we've got a toilet there, also by ideal standard. And then we've got a window, frosted window with letting lots of natural light and letting the steam and moisture go outside for ventilation. And then we've got a shower enclosure here with a handheld device as well. And essentially the whole thing is enclosed by these glass doors and shower tray, and the flooring continues that same language of above, and it just is so perfectly paired together. We've got downlighters as well in there, which is lovely. And then coming back into this landing space, oh, my first mystery door. What's in here? Okay, this is where our boiling hot water cylinder lives. So in a house of this size, this is a kind of unofficial plant room where the mechanics of the house lives. But there's a little bit of a space there for you to store things in there as well. So it's not too bad. And then to my right, there is the family bathroom. So you've got a window bringing in lots of light. This is facing the side of the property. And then you've got your toilet, sink and vanity. I'm not going to mention the brands anymore because I think the specification is that all of the sanitary ware is by Ideal Standard. You've got your heated towel rail as well. And then behind this door is your bathtub, a nicely sized bathtub as well, with a shower over bath. The shower is most likely going to be an upgrade. You pay more to have an additional shower above a bath. Lovely. Going back into the corridor, let's go straight ahead into this room, which is another single room. Obviously could fit a double bed, but when we say single, we just mean that it doesn't meet the space standards of a double bed, but visually you can fit a double bed into it. So now that we say it's a single, can we fit a wardrobe? Guys, do you think we can? I think we can. If we put the wardrobe on this wall and it doesn't go all the way to the edge because of the conflict with that sill, then a wardrobe can fit in there very nicely, or a chest of drawers, or you can have under the bed storage. But yes, this bedroom benefits from a large window facing the back and, you know, views of your garden and lots of natural light. And then again, let's go into the final bedroom on this floor. This final bed is a it looks like it's a king size bed actually, or a double that can be upgraded to a king size. We've got these gorgeous bedside tables either side and those gorgeous lamps as well. Again, I don't know if I mentioned it already, the ceiling heights on the first floor are still taller than your standard ceiling heights. So that's a bonus again, which is why this room feels nice and spacious. And then we've got windows facing the back garden and then bringing lots of light again and ventilation on a hot day. And then we've got a fitted wardrobe area there just behind, just around the front, well, not the front door, the entry door to this room. So looking at this room, I think this is it for this house in terms of the rooms that we are touring. So yes, if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up by clicking below. But most importantly, engage with the video, leave us a comment about your favorite bit so we can reply and tell you our opinions about stuff as well. Because outside of this video, we do still have opinions that we want to share with everyone. And then most importantly, if you click subscribe, that is the most important thing you can do, because that will remind you when we've got our next video and our next tour, and you'll be one of the first to know when that happens. Welcome to another property vlogs tour. Today, I'm going to show you this gorgeous property behind me, which is a 3-bedroom new build property. The style of the house is Warwick, and I'm ready to show you everything. If you've got any questions or you want to read more about the details, they're in the description just below this video. So stay tuned and we'll tour the whole thing together. Welcome home. Come inside. Hi there. Okay, right. I love to see the choir matting at the entrance, stops the dirt being treaded along the rest of the house. And then the first thing I'm going to notice is this giant, well, it's giant for me because I'm short, but very tall front door. You've got a little frosted panel in there, letting in lots of natural light. Obviously, you've got a keyhole there, which is great. And then we are now in your entryway. The first room that you're going to see is this room on this side. But before I do that, I want to check what's in this mystery door because I'm really hoping it's a downstairs toilet. So if I open, yes, it's a downstairs toilet. So a beautifully decorated downstairs toilet with your corner sink, your toilet, your radiator and a window there. And also, I also noticed there's a, I believe this is your consumer unit for all the fuses and everything in the house. Closing the door, coming back into this landing space. Let's now go into this room. So this room, which has been beautifully staged, is your formal lounge. Your formal lounge, if you scrap the carpet, or if you keep the carpet, you can make it your formal dining or a formal games room, cinema room. Really think outside of the box here, guys, and plan your house to the way you like to use it. So as a formal lounge, it works really well because they've got the 2 opening lights here, letting in lots of ventilation. And the window itself is a large window with a low sill. I quite like it when they make this into like a little bit of a window seat, if you know what I mean. So if you ever do have a lot of guests here, it's kind of an informal additional seating. So coming into this space, we've got a little sofa here, a focal point here, a large 2-seater here and a large 3-seater there, and lots of 2 end tables. I love it. Coffee table in the middle, very nicely planned. And then main thing is that the ceiling height is taller than your average ceiling height. So I've noticed that throughout the whole property, the doors are oversized, and then the architraves, the ceiling heights are also increased in size, so that it makes the house feel even bigger. So you can get 2 houses with the same footprint, but with the taller ceiling. The one with the taller ceiling is always going to look much bigger. So that's lovely. Coming back into the corridor, we've got a staircase with a kite winder at the bottom as well, going up there. And then we've got a mystery door here, which is going to be our understair storage there. Lovely. So you can put shoes and bits and bobs under there, Christmas decorations, or everything like that. And then let's transition off the carpet onto this luxury vinyl tiling, which is done in a really light washed wood effect. First mystery door is going to be here. Let's look what's in here. Oh, this is cool. Wow, I love this. Haven't seen this before. That's pretty cool. This is a washer dryer, which they've basically made into a little utility nook and a worktop. I love it. I think that's a really cool way to use the space under the stair. And everyone knows that having that washer dryer in the main open plan space is going to be noisy. I feel as though I love the fact that these doors are 2-panel doors in a white satin effect, would have been good if this was glazed as well. But that you can upgrade yourself, because these doors are in keeping with the style of the architraves, which I'll show you later. But let's not get too distracted. We're now in the kitchen, the open plan kitchen dining space. I love this space really, guys. I really do. In terms of what it's trying to achieve, an open plan kitchen and dining, it makes the space feel really large. It doesn't feel really small. We've got a 6-seater dining table there, but I think you could even upscale it even further if you really wanted to. Leave a comment below if you would do that. So essentially, let's look at the kitchen space. They've done it in this very beautiful mauve, kind of blush pink kind of color on the walls. And then that kind of warms up the wood that we've got here. And these stainless steel kind of handles are beautiful. And I believe this is going to be where the fridge freezer is going to be. Yep. Fridge and freezer, fantastic. The brand of the fridge freezer is Zanussi as well, because sometimes I forget to shout that out. Zanussi, we've got AEG integrated oven as well, built into the wall with 2 storage panels above. Then they switch it up all together and they make these, I think they're off-white, they're not quite white, white cabinets. And I've just seen on the hinge, looks as though the kitchens are supplied by Moores, which is a very reputable brand. So that's lovely. The carcass of the kitchen is plain white. So in the bits with the off-whites, just bear that in mind. And then also the hob itself is a gas hob with 4 burners and 1 large burner for like larger pans. You've got your extract fan, fantastic, and cutlery drawer right where you need it underneath the cooking station. Fantastic. If you wanted to, maybe you could upgrade one of these for a wine cooler or something if you're feeling really fancy. But otherwise than that, there's lots of storage. Guessing this is going to be the dishwasher. Yep. So that's a dishwasher by AEG. Beautiful. Love to see it. More storage. And I love this as well. They switched it back again, tied the whole thing together with this kind of rosy, warm colored walnut kind of effect wood with additional storage. This is where I would store my pasta and my snacks and my food. Love it. So essentially that is your kitchen space. I think that's pretty much covered all the things in the kitchen. I did forget to mention actually that this is a 1.5 stainless steel bowl, so it's not integrated into the worktop. And I also forgot to mention this worktop is actually laminate, but because it's done with a square edge profile and everything matches, like the ceiling and everything in the corners matches itself, it's very, very beautiful. It's done in a really tasteful way. I love that. It's kind of like a weird stony effect. So essentially, pièce de résistance is the fact that your dining area opens to your garden. Double doors, large double doors that open out, and then from wall to wall we've got these large glazing panels flooding this whole space with so much natural light. And then obviously in the summer when you're barbecuing, you can bring food in and out between the dining. So there's a great play between the outside and the inside. I love it. So yeah, pretty much that concludes the kitchen. So I'm gonna whiz through the kitchen back into the hallway and let's see if we've missed any other spaces. I don't believe we have. So now that we're back in the hallway, let's go to the first floor. I'm gonna whiz upstairs. They've got this really cool semicircular, almost circular handrail here. It's wooden. And then now you're back in the landing. And I have to say, I did not expect this angle to present itself when we're downstairs. I'm like, where's this angle come from? But it's pretty cool, isn't it? It's like different. So let's do the first room I'm looking at. I see a mystery door here. But before we look at that, let's look at the room itself. We've got a very large bathroom window. And I have to say, some people might not like the fact that this is quite low, but just bear in mind, there's give and take. So obviously it's flooding this room with so much natural light, but also there's a bit of a compromise with privacy. You can see a bit of a silhouette. That's easy to do. Just put lots of decorations and whatnot in front of it, or blinds if you wanted to. So this is a I was going to say 4-piece, but it's actually 3 with a shower over the bath. So we've got our shower bath, which is fully tiled, ideal standard bathtub. We've got our toilet there, our sink and floating vanity. That's fantastic. Vanity with soft closer. Got this cool medicine cabinet, which is lovely. I love that consideration. And the shaver sockets there with our chrome heated towel rail as well. The whole of this family bath has been done as a kind of fully tiled room, but usually that's an upgrade. So that's a question to ask your developer. And then the flooring has been done in a very natural stone appearance, vinyl tile. So coming back into the landing, the next room is going to be, oh, Brian's gesturing with his eyes, the mystery door. I said I was going to come back to this. So mystery door is here. Oh, that's been vinyl tiled as well. So that's additional storage, probably great for linen, cleaning products and all of that jazz. So I did forget to mention there is actually a window on the landing, not the landing, on the stairwell as well, which is great for light. And then the first room immediately after the family bath is this room. Could this be your primary bedroom? I think it could, because it's got a large king size bed in the middle. It's got 2 end tables, side tables, bedside tables, and then you've got your 3 opening lights facing the front of the property, a large window configuration there, and you've got your fitted wardrobes here as well, which would be an extra, just bear that in mind. But there is space for fitted wardrobe, and you could forego that if you wanted to use that instead as your TV point. But give and take, guys. So there's like a little space behind the door, but it's not deep enough for it to be a storage space. But you know what's interesting? That's where they put the TV socket. So you may have to renegotiate to maybe put that opposite the bed. Just a suggestion. And going back into the room again, we've got a door that leads into our ensuite. Lovely. We've got a window with natural light. You've got the tiling everywhere in here, like everywhere. You've got your vinyl flooring, your 3-piece suite with your shower enclosure. And I love how wide this shower enclosure is. That is very spacious. Nobody wants to have a really, really tight shower if they can avoid it, and that's pretty cool. So that's the ensuite. Coming back out of the ensuite, let's go back into the landing space, and we've got 3 more doors, 2 rooms and a mystery door. Let's look what's in here. It's going to be the hot water cylinder, I bet. Oh, okay, this is where they've put the boiler. So in this unit they've put the boiler upstairs, but maybe you could discuss maybe relocating the boiler downstairs and then using this purely as a store. But regardless, this is where the boiler lives. in the mystery door. And then we've got a bedroom here, which looks like it's a king size bedroom, king size bed with a beautiful large window looking over the garden. And what a fantastic aspect, the garden and your neighbors as well. And then you've got a really nice floor to ceiling cupboard there as well. Not cupboard, wardrobe there. That's fantastic. Extra points for that because it's large and deep as well. And then coming back into this corridor, we're going to go to the final room here, which is a single bedroom. Space for your wardrobe, check. Space for your bed, check. And that looks like it's quite a long single as well, so it's quite nicely proportioned. And then you've got a little dresser here, and I think as a single, this is a really, really nicely proportioned room because it could also function as an office, a study, a playroom, a den, a little cinema, man cave, whatever you want it to be. But regardless of that, I think we've pretty much touched on all the rooms. I've loved everything I've seen and I've pointed out as many details, but I probably have missed a couple of my property vlog shout out details. So if you saw any, leave it in the comment and we'll get back to you. Welcome to another property vlogs tour. Today we're here to see the Shaftbury, which is a fantastic 4-bedroom house located in the Redrow development in Essex. Now, I know that sounds quite vague, but all the information is going to be in the description. What you need to do is stay tuned and watch the rest of the tour and we'll tour it together. Come on. Welcome home. Come inside. Right, so let me just close that. Welcome home. So essentially what that beep was the security system, which is fantastic. I hope that's integrated. Coming into this entryway, you've got your coir matting on the floor, which protects the rest of the carpet from any mud and any stains. Coming into this entryway, right in front of me is the staircase going to the first floor. I notice instantly everything is oversized here. So the front door is taller than your usual front door, and the floor to ceilings are taller than your usual floor to ceilings, which I love to see. So the first things first is I've spotted that there's a radiator, so there's no underfloor heating to this, but that's okay because that's the norm. And the first room I'm going to go through is here. But before I go in, let's just point out the door and details. So the door is a 2-panel door with your typical traditional profile to your architraves, and then that carries on to your skirting. Lovely. Coming into this living area, this room is your formal lounge, and instantly I'm impressed by the proportions of the space. Again, we've got our taller than usual floor to ceiling heights, so it does feel quite big in here, even more big than it would be if you had the standard floor to ceilings. We've got 2 windows facing the side of the property, and then we've got a fireplace right in the middle as your focal point. You've got another window facing the front of the property with 3 opening lights, and then a radiator here and a radiator at the end of the room. And just to get the scale, let me walk through the property, sorry, not the property, the room. Here is the back of the room. You can see it's been staged with a 2-seater here, a large probably a 4-seater over there, and then a nice sofa in that corner. So essentially, I mean, when I look at this property, I can tell that the proportions have been considered. And I think for a formal lounge, it's well sized. I love the fact that they've got enough room to have a play with the furniture. And if you wanted, you could obviously furnish it different with an L-shaped sofa. There are 2 pendant light fixtures done in this room as well, which I noticed. So there's there's 2 options to make this a very striking feature. So leaving this room, let's go back into the hallway. Coming back into the hallway, before we leave the space, let me just check what's in this door. It's going to be under stair storage, right guys? So yes, as you can see, it's under stair storage. They've continued the carpet into that space. And then let's check what's in this room. So in this room is, wow, I love the light here so much. I love the way this house has been orientated to make the most of the light and the views. So the first things first, we've got almost wall-to-wall window with 4 panes and lots of opportunity for opening up and having ventilation flowing through the home. We've got a little snug area here, an informal open plan living space, and then we've got another French doors, UPVC French doors opening outwards. Double doors really, they're not really French doors. You really need to stop calling them French doors, but that's what many people refer to them as. So those are large, again, large doors, giving you a second aspect. And then again, they've done the dining here, which I actually think this is how I would do it. It's a 6-seater as well. And I think a 6-seater probably is as big as you should go. And then we've got the kitchen. So immediately the kitchen begins. So this space is the definition of open plan living, the whole family in this space together and it flowing together. Love the way they've tied all the colors together. So these handrails are fantastic. I haven't seen these in a kitchen before. So I don't know what metal it is, but it's kind of an industrial look, a very rustic look. You've got inside, I've noticed also they've changed the color of the case, the carcass of the kitchen as well. And I know that is normally an upgrade, or at least it's not standard. You've got a very thick, what looks to be either a natural stone. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me, read the description. It's either natural stone or a man-made material, like sandstone. Yes, I thought the dishwasher would be there. And then you've got a 1.5 sink by Rangemaster and a Bristol tap. This worktop has integrated grooves into it, so it makes everything look seamlessly integrated together in terms of the color palette. They've continued the worktop up and into the sill, which is a massive bonus. So all stains, water can be easily wiped away there. And you've got a window right in front of your sink facing your garden, your side garden in this case, which is fantastic for just, you know, when you're washing up, you can kind of interact with what's going on and there's opportunities for natural surveillance. So in this kitchen, we've got a induction hob as well. It's an electric hob, AEG, an extract fan as well, and just lots of storage. One of these is probably bound to be, oh, I was going to say bound to be the boiler, but that's going to be in the next room. We've got lots of storage, integrated appliances by AEG, and then a fridge freezer here as well. And then I just love how the flooring continues in that antico effect. Let's go into the utility room. So going into the utility room, right, so as you can see, the utility has the same worktop, so they haven't downgraded it into laminate, which is usually the case, because it saves cost. You've got your thermostat there as well for the house. And then they've got the upstand here as well. You could choose if you wanted to tile that if you wanted. And again, because of the pipes, I bet you this is where the boiler is going to be. Oh, actually, this is different. Look at that. It's a temporary boiler. So yes, this is where your future boiler would be, but for the show home, they've put a temporary boiler. So there's a Sanusi dryer there and a separate washing machine, which is great because they last longer when they're separate units. And then again, the utility has an external door with a light, a frosted window above it. So it doubles as a window and a door. Means when you do your washing, take it straight out into your garden, no mess, no taking it through the house. It's fantastic. So coming back into this space, I love the fact that there's a pendant light there. So there's a chance to make a feature, and essentially the house flow is really lovely. So yeah, let's go back into this space. Now I'm thinking I've just come from there. So what could this be? Downstairs toilet. Yeah. What is it? Yes, it's a downstairs toilet. So yes, so it's a downstairs toilet, 2-piece suite. We've got your toilet, your sink, your radiator and your half-height tiling, and then the edging strip. It's a nice size. It's right off the main hallway. It's got the Antico flooring. Tick, tick, tick. Well done. Bravo. So that's that done. And I think that pretty much finishes the downstairs. So let's go upstairs and see what's going on. So now, as I'm going upstairs, I notice this kind of semicircular handrail. It feels quite strange, guys. I don't know how to say it. It feels super smooth and nice, but I'm just not used to it. So it's a quirk. So just bear that in mind. Some people may absolutely love the fact that that's been switched up, but essentially we are now on our first floor landing space. So it's a nice open landing with a window facing the front. Feels very airy, not constricted. I love the fact that I'm connected to downstairs still, and there's still space. I was gonna give the shape a U-shaped landing, but maybe it's a T-shaped landing. It's quite a big landing. So with that said, let's go and check the first room. Okay, so the first room is this bedroom, front facing bedroom. I keep saying this, but I hope you can get the sense of the light coming through here. They've nailed the brief when it comes to light in this property. You've got a side facing double window on that side and another window facing the front of the property here. And then you've got a double bed here. I think it's probably big enough for a double. You know, let's not get too carried away and do Super King or anything like that. And then you've got a fitted wardrobe here. This is likely going to be an upgrade. Any fitted furniture is going to be an upgrade, but you can obviously fit it in with your own furniture if you wanted to. You've got, I can't really see the sockets, but there is a socket on the opposite side, and most likely there'll be at least one behind the bed. So that's a nicely sized room, also with a few peaks of like a vaulted sloping ceiling here and there. Coming through back into the landing, this is how we came upstairs. Let's go straight opposite into the other bedroom. Again, you can see what I'm talking about, the roof being slightly vaulted. It's not quite vaulted, but you can see the roof shape a little bit here. You see this bedroom, probably do a king size bed, but I love it. It's been staged with a double. You've got a front facing window with like 4 panes of glass. It is really generous. It's almost wall to wall. And then you've got a space for a desk. In terms of wardrobe space, most likely you'd have to sacrifice your desk space for a wardrobe, because, or maybe in that corner and then just change the orientation of the bed, or maybe just put a single bed or a large twin, who knows. Anyway, coming back into this place, I love to check what's in my mystery door now. What's in here? Boiler, stove. It is hot water cylinder. Sorry, I didn't mean boil, I meant cylinder. Hot water cylinder. You can see this is what powers all the heating in the house. Love to see it. And then obviously there was storage space. And then here's the family bathroom with a 3-piece suite. So we've got our sink, floating vanity, toilet, bathtub by ideal standard, full tiling there in a sand color. And then we've got our side facing frosted glazing window, letting in lots of natural ventilation and light. Going back into the landing, let's go into this room here. Okay, so this is a single bedroom, but in terms of single bedrooms, it's very, very spacious. I would obviously put a double, because you know me. If I can squeeze in a double, a king, a super king, a super king, I will do it. So there's a single bed there. And they've got a window facing the side garden. And you can see the quality of light here is slightly different. So it's to do with the orientation. But nonetheless, you get a view of the garden. It's beautiful, it's stunning, and it's spacious for a double bed. Oh, actually, before we leave, we never figured out where we were going to put our wardrobes. Always try and figure out if there's space for wardrobes when you're looking through show homes. So I think it would be in there. And just to let you know, because of space standards, single beds, for them to qualify as a single bed, you only need to have enough space for a single wardrobe. Most people don't use single wardrobes. But yes, you could fit in a single wardrobe there, probably even just squeeze in almost a double. But just bear that in mind when you look at different properties. Make sure to try and fit in your wardrobes. So the final bedroom is this one. So this is going to be your primary bedroom, I'm guessing. They fitted it with a king size bed with a generous headboard. You've got a double window facing the other side of the property. I love it. And then you've got a almost full wall to wall, floor to ceiling, fitted wardrobes with glass sliding doors. Love it. Again, I've said this already a few times. It's most likely going to be an upgrade. Got a little area for a dressing area, but if it was up to you, if it's your preference, you could actually extend all of that from wall to wall as wardrobes. So now this is your primary area. You could probably even put a little nook there, put a little chair just outside of the door zone. But then here is what we're coming for. It is the ensuite. So the ensuite 3-piece suite, they've tiled it completely in this show home. Like every inch of it is tiled in this stunning grey stone effect tiling. You've got a shower with a sliding door as well, with a shower tray, and then you've got your shower there. It does look like it's a thermostatic shower as well, so I love that. We've got a shaver socket, a window with opportunity for ventilation and natural light, a toilet, a sink, floating vanity. It's all there and it's gorgeous. So yes, I think that is the very last room in this house. If you liked what you saw, like the video. Yes, don't just leave. Like, comment what you saw that stood out to you, and subscribe. Hi guys, another property vlogs tour here today. Today we're going to show you the Welwyn, which is a gorgeous show home. It's a 4-bedroom home. If you like what you see so far on the outside, stay tuned and we'll tour the whole thing together. Welcome home. Come inside. So, right, first things first, we've got a little beep from the security system. I love to see that. And then we've got a glazed door, and it's a very tall door, I have to say. Much taller than your standard door. Like, I feel like so short with it, but it floods the hallway with lots of natural light. And you've got a side light next to it. Fantastic. You've got this chromatic choir. Please comment below how you're meant to pronounce this word, C-O-I-R, and I always struggle with it. Choir matting, which basically is this durable matting that stops you bringing in dirt into the beautiful carpet. If it was me, you know, I love to say this, I would just make this all luxury vinyl tile or ceramic tile for durability. But anyway, let's move on. So you're basically protecting your carpet. You drop your shoes there. You've got a little space for a little console there, table for decorations, candles, keys, and then you've got your entryway. Our staircase is there leading upstairs. We've got a mystery door. We've got a living space there and another living space. So before we flow, let's go into this space first, because I want to check out what's going on here. And so what do we have here? We have a formal lounge. You could probably make this a formal dining if you really wanted to. Or, I haven't said this in a while, but consider making it an accessible downstairs bedroom for elderly parents or just for people. That's if you don't need a formal lounge. If you do need a formal lounge, well, they've staged it perfectly for you. You can see you can fit a massive 4-seater sofa, a large sofa over there, and a 2-seater over here. You've got a focal point, which I'm not sure is a standard feature. You can just check in the developer's details, but you could have your TV above it. And essentially the size of this room is really well proportioned. I love the fact that they've got an almost wall-to-wall window facing the front of the property. It floods this space with so much light, and essentially the size of the room is further enhanced by the fact that the floor to ceiling is taller than your usual floor to ceilings. So coming back into here, before I leave, let's check out the details of the door. So we've got chrome ironmongery to the door as well, so the handles are chrome, and then we've got 2 panel doors with a satin white effect. So it's not high gloss and it's not matte, it's just a bit in between the two. We've got our standard architraves as well, with this kind of bullnose profile here and a square edge and a bit of a chamfer there, and that continues into your standard skirting profile. I like the light switches as well. Oh, Schneider Electric, that's actually quite a reputable brand. So that's who's doing your light switches. Coming back into this space, you've got a space for a pendant feature lighting, and then let's go into our mystery door, which I'm really hoping is a downstairs toilet, but let's not promise. Yes, okay, it is a downstairs toilet. I just switched on the down lights. Okay, so it's a well proportioned downstairs toilet with a toilet and a sink by Sortini and a tap by Sortini and a radiator. They've gone for luxury vinyl tile, or at least it's a durable kind of vinyl type of tile in the downstairs toilet. You can see it's a space underneath the stair, so the ceiling height again is tall, apart from the portion that's just underneath the stair. So that's great. Downstairs toilet tick. Now let's go into the space we've been waiting for. Wow, okay, I am so excited right now. Like, I'm really excited. This layout is ideal. You've got horizontal flow from your living space into your dining space into your kitchen space, and it flows effortlessly. So now where you are is the living space. It's a really nice snug. You can have an L-shaped section here, you know, communicate with people, and the rest communicate. You can speak and have conversation with the rest of the family and friends that are in the rest of the space. You've got a lovely shaped area here with a focal point for a TV. And then you've got a window facing the back garden there. So this area is actually very bright as well. And then you've got a feature pendant there. You've got the beautiful luxury vinyl tiling there as well. And then a 6-seater dining area, which can be then converted or extended into much bigger. You've got opposite the dining area, you've got your double doors, UPVC doors facing the back garden. There is a step down from here into the back garden. And then obviously if you're having your barbecues, your events, it's such a good flow between outside and inside, bringing in the food in, eating it. You know, with it being British weather, maybe you do need to bring the food in and out quite abruptly. And then coming back into this space, I love the fact that they've done a breakfast bar. They've got a kitchen diner and a dining and then a living area. So this breakfast bar here obviously means that, you know, if you just want to eat food really briskly, you don't have to be standing up eating it. You've got this beautiful, what could be, I'm not 100% sure whether it's natural or man-made, but it feels like stone, essentially. It's a very nude, kind of neutral tone. We've got a mystery door over there, which we'll check out in a second. And then essentially it's a U-shaped kitchen, and I love the proportion of it. There is something called, I'm not sure if it's referred to as a golden triangle, but there is an imaginary triangle you draw between your sink, your hob and your oven, and it's supposed to basically allow you to flow between prep space, cooking space, and then oven space. And this kitchen and the U-shaped formation allows you to do that very, very well. I love the worktop. They've continued it as an upstand and into the window. And then there's a window right in front of your sink. You're never going to get bored doing the washing up ever again. You're going to want to do your washing up every single day. Yes, you are. There's a sink by, now I can't even say this brand. It's either 1810 or something else I can't say. And then the actual sink itself, I think it is 1810. I think it is 1810. It's a 1.5 bowl stainless steel sink with the same kind of fabricated grooves into the worktop. Flows nicely. They've joined the two together, so it's not one whole piece, because it's cheaper to do it's two separate pieces, but it's been done in a color matched grout between the two, which is fantastic. You've also got the backsplash in the same material, which carries that theme across. You've got your extract fan above your electric hob as well by AEG, great reputable brand. And then all of this is storage, which leaves the traditional oven space to be here in these integrated panels over here. We've got lots of storage, and this is cool, guys. This is so cool. So we've got the storage system here for spices, and then we've got our fridge freezer here in a 60-40 arrangement, and the lines line through. So there's a lot of consideration about the detail. So that's the fridge, and you read it really nicely, because obviously had they gone for a 50-50 split, the lines wouldn't match up. So great idea. I love the kind of mauve color to the doors as well. It's in a shaker style kitchen paneling style. And then on the inside, I forgot to show you again, the inside is also color matched and veneered. So that's a bonus, and that's not standard or usual for most houses. So before we leave the space, let's confirm we do indeed have a dishwasher here. Yep, that looked quite aggressive. Yank. And then we've got lots and lots and lots of storage. Consider upgrading one of these cupboards to a wine cooler. So yep, that's great. And then let's come into this space, which is a utility. The utility has the same level of quality finishes. We've got a separate washer and dryer. We've got the sink by 1810, and then the tap by 1810 as well. We've got extract fan as well to keep this place very well ventilated as well, and a door leading to the garden. So that's fantastic. It's a glazed door. We've got a surprise feature here, which looks like this might be the other side of the stair. If you're following us, hopefully you know exactly where we are. It's an additional store, and a lot of people would have been like, why have you done that? I'm never like that. The more storage, the better. So imagine you could put bikes in there, or prams, or just anything, you know, it's definitely a bonus. So coming back into our kitchen, we've just touched on all the details in here, and the amazing flow in the space. And oh, Brian, now I see why you weren't following me. It's because I almost missed the mystery door. So well done on catching that. Mystery door, more storage. So this is the other side of the stair, more storage. Oh, that's cool. Right, so yeah, now we've completed this space. Let's go to the rest of the house. So back in the corridor, again, you can see it's really generously sized. I love it. Let's go upstairs. So up the staircase, you've got this semicircular, rounded, smooth handrail as well, and wooden balustrades. You've got a mid-landing, a kind of a semi quarter landing, and then now we're actually on the first floor. So we are on the first floor of the property. Thank you, Brian, for turning on the lights. Let's do this room first. So let's check what's in here. Now, considering we just came upstairs, I think this is just going to be a store cupboard, a high level one. So let's have a look. Yep. So that bulking, that step there is because the stair is below. We need head height to walk upstairs, but they used it as space. So you could use that as a storage space, wardrobe for this single bedroom. So the single bedroom faces the front of the house. You've got a 3-pane window with 2 opening lights. I love it. Trickle vents. Radiator. And I initially was like, well, this is where I would put my wardrobe here. But I realized you can't really put a wardrobe right in front of a window because it would block it. So you just bear in mind, you probably use a chest of drawers down there instead. But then that means you can put a TV there and then put your bed there. So the way they've staged the room is probably the way I would stage it. It's a single room. It could be an office. Let's not forget the work from home people. They still exist. So an office, a studio, games room, playroom, nursery. It's endless, really. So this is a nice single bedroom with, again, on this floor, I just want to say the ceiling heights are still very tall and the door heights are still taller than your standard door heights. And so that is something that means that the developer's gone the extra mile for this property on the first floor. So coming to the next bedroom, a very nicely sized double bedroom. So again, one thing I will say is just be careful to look out for where you're putting your wardrobes. I'm not seeing a lot of wardrobes in this property, so we have to plan that in. So this is a double bedroom, probably could go bigger for a king if you really wanted to. You've got a large window facing the back garden as well. And then oh yeah, I want to also mention this location is very peaceful and quiet. It's very conducive to like family life, living. It's just a lovely area. That's another thing to look for, obviously, when you're looking at new build developments. So the bed is there, the mirror's there, and this is where you'd put your wardrobe. On there, it'd be like a double wardrobe. Just factor that in, or a chest of drawers like they've done. So coming back into the landing, let's go into this room now. So, wow, okay, come in. So let's go and look at this room. Wow, this is lovely. Great proportions. This is what I love to see. I love to see a large window facing the front of the property, a large super king bed, which you can definitely even upgrade it. I don't know what kind of bed you'd want that would be bigger than this, but if you did, you can make a bigger bed, have like an ottoman at the end, or a little console at the end of the bed, a storage system. And then, you know, the nook that you are in right now is where the dresser could be, or a little desk if you like to work in your bedroom. And then your TV could go on that wall. You've got a whole considered, like the whole wall is being thought through that they're going to have this being a wardrobe. Ooh. Whoopsies, I meant to move this door. So this is a sliding mirrored door as well. Whoopsies. Yeah, that's a bit awkward to maneuver. But essentially, it's a sliding mirrored door with floor to ceiling wardrobe space. Lots of space in between. Great amount of space either side for bedside tables, and fantastic ceiling heights. And then again, let's go into here. This is your primary bedroom ensuite. Again, we've fully tiled this space in a very natural, neutral stone colored tile. And then they've got a beautiful edging strip around all the sharp edges, which adds a classic touch. We've got a window facing the rear garden. the side garden lets in lots of natural light and ventilation. And then we've got a shower here, which is fully tiled in that beautiful tiling with the shower handheld device in the shower there. We've got our heated towel rail and our floating sink by Sottini there with our tap by Sottini, a shaver socket, and they've obviously staged it with a medicine cabinet. They've also added a an extract fan as well, which is great for added ventilation. And I see this thing called therma, and I think it means that this area can be individually controlled in terms of heat as well, which is lovely. So coming back out of this room, I'm trying to remember where I've been. Feel a little bit lost. Does that mean that the house is big, or does that mean the layout, there's a flow thing going on there? Not sure. But essentially the next thing on this corridor is this hot water cylinder store. I don't think you've got that much space around it to actually use it as a store, but if you absolutely needed to, there are some nooks and crannies for storage. So that's what's in mystery door on the landing. And then right in front of us looks to be the family bath. I love the proportions. Right in front of you, you've got the window facing the other side of the property, and then you've got natural light flooding through. You've got your floating vanity, your sink, your toilet, and your heated towel rail, and a really nicely sized bath with a little area above it, bulky, the bulkhead, which is probably above the stair downstairs. That's probably why they've done that. Don't quote me on that, but essentially it's a nice little area for you to store toiletries. So again, LVT flooring, beautiful spotlights, tasteful fittings, and then the final room on this floor is this one. Now this is a double room, as you can see, and it's actually facing the rear of the rear garden. You've got a large window again, and there's none of those dividing, well, they're glazing bars, but they're actually UPVC glazing bars. There's none of them on these windows facing the back, which means you have unobstructed views of the garden. I don't know if some people really don't like glazing bars, but I love the fact that these are like kind of almost as close to picture windows as you can get. You've got a nice radiator there, a double bed there. I was looking for the wardrobe space, searching for it, and then I realized it's already been considered. So this is a fitted wardrobe here, which would probably be additional cost to get that done, but you know that they've considered the space for that. And then you've got, like I said, your double with your two bedsides. So right guys, I love touring this. I'm actually going to sit down for this conclusion. The first property vlogs tour ending with me sitting down. So what do I want to say? I want to say, if you liked what you saw, like the video, it means so much to our channel to have you interact with us and like and give feedback. If you saw anything that we missed, comment, and most of all, subscribe. Welcome to another property vlogs tour. I am so excited to show you this gorgeous 3-bedroom new build house located in Essex. Right, so the specs of this house are all going to be in the description below, so read more to find out more about the specs. It's a 3-bedroom house, new build, ready for us to tour, so stay tuned and we'll tour the whole thing together. We're in this gorgeous setting to tour this 3-bedroom house. The house type is called the Oxford Lifestyle. It's got a lot of beautiful touches to it, so come inside and let's tour the whole thing. So I love this green door. It's a bit squeaky, but come inside and welcome home. So first things first, that's pretty cool. Security system. You're in your entryway. It's got this choir matting on the floor. It's not quite choir matting, but it's very durable carpet with like an edging strip there. So when you come straight in with your dirty shoes, you can kick them off, and then you don't destroy the carpet. So carpeted ground floor, which is slightly different. The floor to ceiling heights in here are taller than standard. Wow guys, they're really tall. The viewfinder is quite high as well, but there's a nice glazed panel, frosted as well for privacy, flooding this area with light. And Brian, I'm not making this up, this front door is taller than usual. This is a very, very tall front door. So yes, so they've upgraded the size of everything. They've upscaled everything. Coming into this hallway, we've obviously got a lot of natural light coming through. The first thing I'm going to notice is obviously it's painted, but with it being a show home, you're probably going to have white walls everywhere. First things first, let's check what's going on under here. Surprise, surprise, it's an understair cupboard with your security system and everything installed. Great for storage. let's check what's in this first room. So first thing I wanted to say is that this is something that's very difficult to explain, but it's very important, and that is quality of light. So that's another gem we're going to drop. Quality of light in this space is fantastic. Maybe it's south facing, we'll just have to check with the development. But yeah, just bear in mind, guys, to just check that whenever you're looking at new build developments. The light that comes in here is beautiful, gorgeous, warm sunlight. And, you know, on a September day, like, sorry, we're not in September anymore. On an October's day, this is fantastic to have this living room with lots of light. It's nicely proportioned. You've got a two-seater and a two-seater there, and a space for a TV, and a lovely bay window at the end there with lots of opening lights for ventilation. Again, like I said, the floor to ceiling is very tall. Just touching on the details, these are the styles of the doors you're going to have in this home. 2-panel doors, and I love this. Again, this is a very, very tall door. This is not your standard height, so that is something that is going to add value to your property. The house is going to feel a lot bigger than it is because of that. 2-panel door in a kind of satin effect. If I close the door, let's look at the architraves and skirtings. So you've got a very traditional profile here. This is very common. Traditional profiles to the skirting and to the architraves. Lovely. So now let's flow through the home. So coming through the hallway, let's look at what we've got. A beautiful open plan kitchen diner. So now, oh, actually, before I forget, let me check what's in here. There's like a mystery door. Let's have a look. So what's in this mystery door? Do you want to have a guess? 3 seconds. Yep. So it's a store, right? So they've definitely maximized all of the space underneath that stair for a store here. Would have been great to have a cloak room, but essentially you've got all the ability to have your cloak in there. So I'm kind of walking into this space, and the first thing that my eye's drawn to is this beautiful kitchen. It's like a U-shaped kitchen which flows into this dining area. So let me walk through the kitchen space and the finishes, and I have to say, it's not my eyes and it's not your eyes. These are done in a really lovely color. It's kind of like a champagne color, so it's not quite stainless steel. And I think, unless if my eyes are deceiving me, they're quite warm. They're not stainless steel. Now, if they are stainless steel, I'll take it back, but everything is very warm toned, which is gorgeous. I think this might be, wow, fridge, freezer, in a 70-30, maybe a 60-40 combination. So 60-40% below. In the freezer, lots of ample storage in this hand, and this beautiful handle as well. Lots of storage, built-in integrated AEG appliances as well. Laminate worktops, which I believe would probably be your standard spec. So if you did want to upgrade those, you may have to have a conversation with the developer. But essentially, this is in a stone kind of appearance. It doesn't resemble stone at all, but it's just a really nice durable worktop with a square profile at the edge. Oh, that's a bit awkward. I didn't expect that to open that way because it's a double door. So lots of storage, guys. You've got your gas hob as well, 4 hobs as well, and they're AEG as well. Lovely, good, reputable brand. You've also got an extract fan above, a kitchen extract, and a stainless steel splashback there. You've got a little bit of an upstand and a laminate floor in there, and that's wood. And then obviously, if you wanted, you could tile the whole not backsplash, you could tile this whole area here to make it extra durable. You've got recessed lighting there, that's probably an extra. And then just lots of storage. Now, before we leave the space, let's just go whiz through all the appliances. Cutlery drawer, storage. I'm kind of on the hunt for either a washing machine or a dishwasher. And my mind's telling me this is where the dishwasher is. So voila, dishwasher, AEG, beautiful. You've got a stainless steel sink in a 1.5 bowl by Leisure. And then you've got a little bit of an upstand here, which I would have loved to see kind of carried all the way up, because normally there is a bit of splashback from the sink. But regardless, that's good to have. We've also got a window facing the back garden. And again, the light quality in this property is fantastic. I'm really, really impressed by what I'm seeing so far. What is in here, guys? Wow, I love this. Now, this sounds quite odd to say, but there's not really that much storage in your average UK kitchen. And I think this goes above and beyond that by having that extra, just by having that extra double unit there is fantastic. So that's the kitchen covered. I didn't mention earlier, but this looks like it could be Antico, or at least luxury vinyl tiling flooring. It's beautiful. It's continuous through the whole kitchen dining space. We've got a dining area here with 6 seats, but it could easily be an 8-seater. And then what I love the most is this ability to open up into your garden. You've got double French doors, UPVC doors in white as well, and they open up into a beautiful garden. Top tip for show homes is that normally they blur the boundaries between the show homes. I've been noticing that. So you look at the garden and you think, wow, look at all this land. I love it. I'll take it. I'll take it now. But guys, just imagine where the fence lines are going to be. So shortly after where the kitchen is, you're going to break up the garden there, and shortly where that wall is, that's where your garden ends. Don't be fooled by the beautiful landscaping. You've got a little nook here. So if you wanted to, this could have been a little snug. If you didn't want a dining, you could have done a breakfast area instead. But makes sense as a dining area because you now come into a utility. And I love the fact that we managed to fit in a utility that basically has everything you need. Zanussi dryer, separate dryer and washing machine, and a bit of storage underneath the sink. The sink is quite a big, generous, single bowl, leisure, or however you want to say it, leisure, if you're American. Sink as well, and then a door with a glazed panel bringing in lots of light, so it functions almost like a window. This door allows you to obviously go out with your laundry and dry it in the garden, so it's so logical. It's great. Now, interesting location for the downstairs toilet, but it works. You've got a downstairs toilet that flows off your utility with a window bringing in lots of natural light. This is where your consumer unit is. It's been integrated into the wall. I've not really seen that before, but so that's pretty cool. And then you've got your standard toilet and a standard sink by Sortini and a Sortini tap. And they've included, well, this is probably staging purposes. It's a medicine cabinet. You've got half height tiling with the edging strip on top, and the proportions of the toilet is very good. It's very accessible, a little radiator in the corner, and it flows off. So just bear in mind, your only downstairs toilet is through this open plan space and the utility. Now, let's go to the rest of the house. I think that pretty much covers the downstairs, so let's go upstairs. Right, follow me. So you've got your standard width staircase. This is an interesting profile on the handrail. It's actually like circular. Feels quite strange to my hand, but it's very smooth. I'm not used to this. But it's timber balustrades, timber handrails, and here we are in our upstairs. So the upstairs landing is kind of U-shaped. If we start from over here, we'll start from the first room, you see. Again, I think the ceiling heights here are closer to standard ceiling heights, but again, the doors are upsized. So coming into here, we've got a double bedroom with a mystery door, which we'll get into in a second. We've got a 3-pane window, casement window facing the front of the property. Obviously, it's got restrictors for health and safety. And you've got the trickle vents as well, which are doing a great job as well, ventilating the space. And essentially, this double bed could probably be upsized to a king if you wanted to, but essentially it's a nice sized double bedroom. You've got your sliding mirrored doors, which are fantastic for your wardrobe space there. Beautiful. That's probably going to be an upgrade to have these fitted wardrobes, but you know, it's probably worthwhile because they're quite nicely done. And then let's look at the mystery door. What's going on in here? There's a light switch here. What do you think it's going to be? Bathroom? Wardrobes? It's an ensuite. I did not guess that. For the size of room, I did not expect an ensuite, but I love that. I love to see it. So we're in the ensuite area here. As you can see, the ensuite has half height tiling in this kind of sandstone kind of appearance tile. You've got your shower over there, cubicle with a shower tray and a glass door. You've got the half height tiling everywhere and the Antico flooring. You've got your toilet and your sink by Sortini and a floating vanity as well. Does it have a soft closer? Yep. I'm not sure if that's a standard fitting, but that's good to have. And then you've got your window bringing in lots of natural light into that ensuite. Lovely. So this could be your spare room. So coming back into the landing, let's go into a second bedroom. So in this room, again, we've got another double. It's a similar size to the other room. So again, we've got the built-in wardrobes on the other side. This time they've not gone with a mirrored door. They've gone with kind of a really nice birch wood, kind of very light veneer door. And then we've got a little area here with a floor to ceiling. I wish. It's got a mirror there, a long mirror, and then a little nook here. You could probably put a table and a small desk, and then another ensuite. So 2 ensuites, or counting 2 ensuite bedrooms so far. You've got natural light from this window, and then you've got full height tiling done here, probably an upgrade, and then you've got a really nice edging strip here. It's more square, this one, the profile on this, so it's sharper. It's more sharp. You've got your standard toilet, so it's a 3-piece suite. You've got a large double shower with a sliding door, fully tiled in a beautiful grey stone effect tile. And then you've got your Sottini sink with a floating vanity and the Antico flooring again there. So coming out of that, sorry, I forgot to mention there's also a heated towel rail there. So coming out there, let's go back into the landing space again. Let's check mystery door number 1. That is a hot water cylinder. So maybe we've got thermostatic showers. If I do spot an electric one, I will still shout out, because obviously you can have both thermostatic and electric in the same house, and a cylinder. So coming into this room, and again, I am reading primary bedroom vibes, because again, it's that same light quality that we had downstairs. Look how warm this light is coming into this space. It's very peaceful and lovely, and it's something you can't really buy. So if you ever find a development with great light quality, it will add value to your home. So essentially it's to do with the orientation of the house as well, and the way the house is facing the sun. This one ticks the boxes. So we've got that bay window again with a lot of windows and a lot of opening lights. So opening lights are these are the lights that are opening, 1, 2, 3, 4, letting in lots of ventilation. You've got a super king size bed with 2 large bedside tables. You've got a flow that kind of goes through this walk-in wardrobe area. Oh, and I'm really happy to say that both sides feature full height wardrobes, so on the left and the right. So that's fantastic. I'm not going to do the cheesy his and hers. We've just got 2 spacious mirrored walk-in wardrobes in a very beautiful nude color, almost white but slightly, well, it's an off-white. So coming through the walk-in wardrobe area, dressing area, we're now in the primary ensuite, and this is a 4-piece suite, so they've really gone all out in this area. You've got a large, wow, beautiful, large walk-in shower with a towel rail in the shower. I've seen this on some of the details before. I love that idea. I don't know why more people don't do it, but essentially, isn't that great? You can have your shower, put your towel there. And can I just say a big shout out to this developer for doing the valves and the controls outside of the shower area. I like to tell this story about waking up in December on a cold winter's morning. It's freezing. And guess what? You have to go and turn on your shower. How do you do that? By entering the shower, walking into it and turning it on, and then running away before freezing cold water shoots out and hits you. By moving the valve outside, turn it on, it heats up, problem solved. So I love that. It's a big bonus and I love to see it. You've got a shaver socket there, frosted window, bringing lots of natural light. You've got your sink with floating vanity, your toilet and your bath by Ideal Standard. And I am seeing Ideal Standard and Sottini mixed throughout the whole property. Beautiful tiling, beautiful flooring done. This looks like it could be a vinyl or a ceramic tile with grout. And then again, the whole color scheme is tied in together. I love that. So let's go through here. And then again, let's check this final area. I thought it was going to be another bedroom. How silly. Because the bathroom's on the other side. But this is a store cupboard. So linen store, fit it out with shelves, and then you can have space to store your linen. So with that being said, guys, I have loved touring this property. It's been great to just see how the developers played with the light and also how they've maximized the space. So if you see anything that you think we've missed, please leave a comment, because we read all of our comments as well. And then of course, like this video, and then most of all, subscribe so that you get notified when we upload our next video, which is coming next week. So yeah, thanks for tuning in and see you in the next video. Bye.